The JOJOLands. Chapter 7, Jungle Warfare Part 2. Hey everyone, CJ here. Hope you're all doing well. And welcome to another JOJOLands chapter review. But before we get into the actual chapter, I just wanted to go over the fact that now that JOJOLands has reached its 7th chapter, now the first ever volume of JOJO Part 9 has finally been released. Volume 1 will be called Departure. And oh boy, this cover looks so great. I love how it has JOJO doing his famous JOJO pose with his arms up with the island behind him, and I love these vertical lines of both blue and green with some of the yellow ones too. Makes for a great visual and it stands out, especially with his very colorful design. And these lines are very, very much reminiscent of his stand ability, November Rain, which makes for a very great visual. Another cool, exciting thing is that we also get the visual for the front cover of the Ultra Jump magazine for this month too. That includes this new JOJO chapter. And this cover art is straight from the previous chapter, Chapter 6, Jungle Warfare Part 1. And now that it's in full color, it's pretty cool to see the Joe Squad all together with their colors. I was wondering if this is the classic Araki style of different colorization of the characters' outfits as opposed to their actual default color scheme. But since JOJO is having the same color scheme as we've always seen them in, this could mean that these are actually the colors of everyone's outfits in these previous chapters, which would be very interesting because I never thought Usagi would have this like orangey red hair style. I always thought that he had dark brown hair or something like that. But man, his outfit, I really like the pink and green color scheme. Makes him seem like kiwi strawberry. And it's cool that Dragana and Paco have hints of orange and blue within their outfit. Makes me wonder why Usagi then calls him Pink-chan. But oh well, it still makes for a pretty great cover, nevertheless. Baby, I'm a wreck. Now to the actual chapter. The first page of the chapter has this cool little visual of JOJO doing his JOJO pose inside of this bizarre looking 9-pointed shape, which I can't really tell the significance of this shape. It made me want to think of so many different things, like, is this a symbol that we're going to be seeing soon in the part? Does this have any literary significance somewhere? Or is this just a cool shape that Araki just threw together to set up a nice framing for JOJO in this chapter cover? But regardless, it's still pretty cool, and it's just gonna bother me whether or not it has any significance or not. But yes, the opening text that we have for the chapter is "the points are connecting with lines," which is probably referring to a bit of the dialogue at the end of the chapter, which we'll get to then. But for now, when we catch up with the Joe Squad, we're back where we left off last time, where the Joe Squad was facing off against the cat trio of Danger and their stand attack, the deadly wire stand. And as the chapter gets going, JOJO is still trapped and snared by the ankle attached from a tree branch, trying to use November Rain to stop the wires from completely squeezing Paco and Dragana just underneath him. And while he's doing that, he's doing his classic protagonist inner monologue. But then Paco notices that despite the wires that are already attacking them, more wires are coming their way. And dang, these wires are so strong. As they're approaching Paco and the others, they're just tearing up the jungle. And as the wires continue to tighten around our Joe Squad members, things start to seem very desperate, as there seems to be no way out and no way to escape from the deadly wire stand's attack. And that's when Paco comes up with a great idea to use the scissors from the backpack and his stand the hustle to attempt to try to get JOJO free from the wire attached to the branch. And yeah, it's so interestingly cool how the hustle works. Being able to use the muscles to just climb up a tree. That's cool. Sheesh. In order for Paco to cut the wire, JOJO has to swing closer to him. And with all the wires coming at them, Dragana notices that one of the cats is on top of the branch that JOJO is attached to and looking very menacingly at our captive heroes. And not only that, but the others are here too. So now we've got a 3v3 match. And as the cats start to make their move, that's when the Joe Squad realizes the wire stand not only obviously comes from the cats, but they're actually strands of their fur that just hardens into a super deadly wire. That's crazy. But I love it how, because they're cats, It's kind of cute that they wag their tails to use their stand, but sheesh, that is pretty scary for a wild animal to just approach you, shake their fur around, and it becomes a deadly attack, like this strangling wire stand. And when the cats realize what the squad is up to, they release more wires right on top of them, which is insane, because now they have to deal with even more wires coming at them. And ew, the way that the wires are just squeezing them and tearing them apart from the inside, especially the graphic way that it is happening to Paco. Man, Araki really does do some wild takes on damage during his stand fights. And then when it seemed like all hope was lost for his fellow companions, JOJO tries to swing off the trunk to get some distance and activate November Rain. One thing I wanted to point out was it's pretty cool that throughout this chapter, whenever a named character or stand is said, they have a cool little visual, and each visual is unique to the characters. Like Drogana had one, Paco had one, and now November Rain, you see this cool little visual font for each of the characters and stands. I feel like that's pretty cool. And it'll be nice if Araki continues this comic book style way of having specific name drops be in a cool visual font kind of thing the more we go down the JOJOLands story. And then as soon as the cats realize that JOJO's made distance from pushing off the tree bark, well, JOJO uses November Rain's raindrop bullet things and try to hit the cats. And as two of the cats manage to get away, the third cat isn't so lucky and gets hit. It's funny how as soon as I saw this page, I felt like this is a perfect place to play JOJO's theme when the anime comes out in 2048. I'm pretty sure it's not going to come out that late. Bushan! And although these water droplets aren't actual bullets and it's mostly made out of water and it's non-lethal, but it still hurts like crazy and the cat is very much tossed aside by it. We do not condone animal cruelty here, even if these kitties are bad kitties. But back to the remaining two cats. They're enraged seeing that JOJO's getting the upper hand. And yo, they look crazy insane, especially when all the wires are coming out from their entire body. Crazy. Things are getting hectic now that the cats have moved their targets from Paco and Drogana and solely using their wires to try to attack JOJO, who's about to use November Rain's ability once again. But before November Rain can do anything, JOJO's ensnared by a net used up of all the wires that the cats brought up. And now he's forever trapped in there. And then when their situation became most dire, here comes the hero. Someone drives the car straight into the tree, which knocks down the remaining two cats off the tree branch, which also causes all the wires to loosen up to let our heroes free. And if we remember who was the last person who was in a car, yep, it's our hero. Our hero named... Hey there. It's Usagi. Usagi actually came back, which I'm pretty sure we all knew, and I was really hoping for that too, but it's just so funny. It's so goofy. I love this character. He's so ridiculous. Even the cats think so. And with his quick thinking, Usagi already comes up with the idea to create a net to use in capturing the remaining two cats. But his Mate Kudasai only works if Dragona wants him to create it. Which is pretty funny how he's just calmly asking, "Hey Pink-chan, if you want a net to capture them, just say so." And then Paco, "Would you get moving already?" Listen to me, you're getting the wrong idea, guys. So here Usagi pretty much breaks down that he didn't actually leave to ditch them, that he apparently had a plan this whole time that took these burgers that he bought from the airport and modified the patty meat after he saw the cats back at Rohan's villa and anticipated that the cats would try to eat said patties. Look at how cute the cat is. It's right there. Also, as a side note, I've never tried pineapple on a burger before. Sounds pretty good. Maybe I should try it one time. Usagi then continues to elaborate to the others what exactly he did with the patties and how it affects the situation with the cats. And the way that it seems, Usagi had picked up on the idea that the cats are actually following things of high value, such as the example of them orbiting around the villa since the diamond was there. And since Usagi had some caviar with him, which he also got from Rohan's place, he figured that since caviar is pretty pricey, that he should mix it with the patties and then give it to the cats earlier on before the fight actually started, and see what would happen to the cats after he then arrived just now. And man, I know I mentioned it, I think chapter 6 or 5, how I like Araki's use of dropping interesting scientific facts on us readers through speaking through characters and stuff like that. But I find it funny that out of the group, the one that's very, knowledgeable of just random coincidental things is Usagi. He seems like the goofball, but then he's also, very knowledgeable in these things. I kind of like that, and it makes him a better character for it, too. And since the caviar proved Usagi's theory that the cats actually follow high valuable objects, Usagi makes it very clear that he also grabbed the lava rock, which the cats slowly walk away from Jodio and the others, heading towards Usagi. And I thought it was funny, normal cat behavior, just completely ignoring everything else as this cat just walks over Paco. I thought that was super hilarious. But since the cats are approaching Usagi, they're getting ready to capture him with a net. So Usagi's calling out for Dragana to ask for Matakuda-sized net to use on the cat. And ooh, the cats look angry. But as soon as Dragana says that he wants the net, Usagi then uses Matakuda-sai to make the net as soon as the cats jump on him. And man, this cool shot of Usagi, you can tell that Usagi's theme is gonna be playing here. And boy, I hope it's a good one. I'm pretty sure his theme's gonna be a bop. But before capturing the cats, Usagi quickly drops the lava rock, and sure enough, the cats tumble off of his body to try to catch it, which then proves his theory, without a doubt, that the cats really do chase after the most important thing in terms of value within their direction. And then it's just funny that Usagi just starts roasting the cats as Matakuda-sai captures the kitties in the net. And as the cats start to get feisty with Matakuda-sai, and Dragana, Paco, and Usagi talk about what just happened, Jodio starts his inner monologue talking about the importance of the diamond, the importance of Rohan's words to him, the importance of the lava rock, and speculating on whatever this lava rock's importance is and what's going on and what's about to happen as they continue to tread on their bizarre adventure. But with that, the chapter comes to an end. And thus, this video also comes to an end. And boy, what an interesting chapter this was for the JOJOLands. And now that this little fight is over, now we'll carry on to the next one with the Jo Squad. Especially now that Usagi's back. But what do you think is going to happen next chapter? Are we going to get more into the lava rock? Is it just going to be another encounter where someone's trying to grab it? Or are we going to get an expositional chapter next month? Who knows, but we'll see. But if you have any theories or ideas or things that you just want to talk about, write it down in the comment section down below. And hey, if you like this video, why not drop a like? And consider subscribing to the channel. Your support is very much appreciated. And plus that way you can catch next month's JOJOLands chapter review. But with that, my name's CJ, and I hope that you all continue to have a great day. And I'll catch you in the next video, especially the next JOJOLands chapter review. But for now, see you next time. Bye bye for now.